Hey everybody, Ryan here at etrailer. Today on our 2022 Ford F-250, we're going to be showing you how to install the B&W Gooseneck Ball Kit for trucks with the OEM prep package. Before we do that though, why don't we check it out and make sure that this is going to be the right kit for you. So Ford really did knock it out of the park when they started putting these OEM prep packages in the trucks. Just makes sense. You know, a lot of people do some pretty heavy duty towing with these. And, you know, Ford recognized that and really made it easy on us to be able to put a hitch back here. With that said, though, it is an option. So not every single one of your Ford trucks is going to have this prep package. So this kit is only going to work with those that do. And it's really easy to figure out if you're not sure. Just look in the bed of your truck. And if you have some openings back here, you're going to have the prep package and you're going to be able to use these. With that said, when it comes to picking out a gooseneck, there's several different options and they're all a little bit different from each other. And so what I want to do is just kind of touch base on this one, show you how it works and things like that, and then grab some of the others and kind of compare them so you can really get a feel for the differences in them. That way you can really figure out which one's going to be best for your particular setup. When it comes to the gooseneck kits, I'm not gonna lie, this one's probably my favorite. And for those of you that are familiar with towing, you've probably heard of the B&W name, and there's a reason for it. They make really good products. This one is really well built and probably the most user-friendly. With that said, you know, the way this works is you're just gonna have to drop your ball in here, and this one actually uses this handle, and so it's easy to grab. You know, you're not going to get your hands dirty. You set it in. This folds down and locks into place. Pretty tight fit. Very well made. You know, with the handle, especially once your trailer's on here, there's no way this is going to come loose and disengage. So really bulletproof design. And that also holds true with the safety chains. We'll talk about that in a second. I do want to cover, though, the ball is 2 5/16 in diameter, so pretty standard there, and it's good for 30,000 pounds. But keep in mind, you know, you always want to check the limitations of your truck, so you can find that information in your owner's manual. You never want to exceed the weight ratings there. If you're going for something really heavy duty, Kurt actually offers a kit that is rated for 38,000 pounds, so that's always an option for you too. But I kind of mentioned the safety chain loops earlier, a moment ago, and so we'll kind of touch base on these. The way these are going to work, really simple. Drop them in, rotate them. This piece is going to lock into place. Very limited movement. I mean, you can give it a lot of effort and it's not going to disengage. Probably the main advantage these have over some of the other ones is the type of hooks you're going to be able to use. All right, so I grabbed a couple of common sizes. This one is 3/8. No problem at all. Fitting around there. Easy to take off. This one, same deal. So it's going to fit on there, and you can actually take it off. And that's not the case with the other ones. This size, this one's a 5/16. It just does not fit. I mean, you can get it on, but it's super hard to get off, so kind of a pain. I wouldn't recommend it. If you ended up going with the other ones, I'd suggest getting a bigger, you know, clip, something like this. If you already have them, not a huge deal. If you don't, you know, kind of a drag to have to change them out. But that is your case. We do offer these here at etrailer, a ton of different types of them. But with that said, you know, why don't we go ahead and just we kind of talked about the basics here, really not much to it. Why don't we just grab the other kits and kind of compare them and really see what's going on. So I grabbed a couple more. Here we have the Kurt kit, and this one is the Reese, excuse me. And we'll just kind of check them out. So I'll get rid of our B&W here, get this out of the way. The Kurt one, this is probably my second favorite, right behind the B&W. Really solid. Kurt makes good stuff. You know, I'm a fan of a lot of their stuff. I'm not too crazy about the latch mechanism here. So the way this works is you fold this up and rotate it, and that allows it to drop in, and that's how it locks down. I do like how it's bulletproof in a sense where it's not going to come disengage, because obviously once your trailer's over there, no way that's happening, right? The only issue I see is, you know, is this going to freeze up on you? If you leave this in here all the time, exposed to the elements, you start getting some grease caked up in here and piled up in there. How easy is it going to be a year, 2 years down the road? You know, it's hard to say. I don't have, haven't had that experience yet, but it's kind of just my initial thoughts on it. You know, but still a decent design. This is metal, everything's steel. So, you know, definitely an advantage there. We'll kind of move on to our safety chain though. So we'll remove our B&W. So the Kurt's a little bit different. It uses a pin and clip type system. A couple moving parts. I do like them though. They are solid. I mean, these things are heavy duty. But you'll rotate them in, drop in your pin, lock up your clip. And, you know, there's some movement side to side. Not really a huge deal. I kind of like the B&Ws, how they stay more planted. But, you know, these aren't going to come out. No way. They're locked in pretty good. Kind of run into the issue, though. I grab my safety chains here. These larger ones, the 3/8 ones, no problem at all, right? The little bit smaller ones, though, these 5/16 ones, you can barely get them on. I'm afraid to clip it because I might not be able to get it back off. But, you know, you get the idea. Just tight, you know, no other way around it, really. So, you know, it gives you a good visual. The one I mentioned earlier, the Kurt one, that is rated for 38,000 pounds, looks identical to this. Essentially the same deal, just rated for more weight. So, if you're kind of wondering about that one, there you have it. But, get rid of this. We'll check out that Reese one. So the Reese one, this is probably my least favorite out of the three. Nothing wrong with it, you know, it's gonna work. It's gonna give you that connection point to hook up your trailer. I just think it's the least user-friendly, honestly. So this mechanism here, the way you get the ball in, you do that, all those deals. And this piece is plastic, and it's just really tight up here. So I'm really, I'd be concerned with gunk and stuff getting in there and locking this up. And then if you did happen to have to kind of pry on it a little bit or something, you know, if it was stuck, you might want to, you know, be tempted to take a screwdriver and kind of lift it up. That plastic would probably break, honestly. But, you know, the design works. No question about it. Ball feels good in there and everything else. One thing that really turned me off was the safety chain. So, you know, they have this little locking deal in there, I guess you could call it. But when you put that in and rotate it, it drops down. But, you know, there's a lot of movement in there, and just like that, I was actually getting it to break free. So it's locked in. If I turn it a little bit, you know, it eventually breaks free. And that was kind of a turnoff to me because, you know, if you ever have to use these things, in the event of an unlikely disconnect, you want something stout, right, to keep everything connected. And, I mean, by no means am I as strong as a 10,000 plus pound trailer going down the road at 60, 70 mile an hour. So, you know, if I can break it loose, you know, I just don't feel that great about it. But, same deal with this one. The bigger hooks work just fine. And these smaller ones, you run into the same issue with the Kurt. You know, you can get them on, but they're kind of a struggle to take back off. So the B&W kit does come with some extras. They give you this plug here that can plug your gooseneck hole. For whatever reason, if you like this one better than a factory one or end up losing it, at least you got a couple of them, so it's a nice touch. They also give you a case. Pretty nice, actually. It's almost like kind of reminds me of a drill case, real hard plastic. That way when you're done using this, you can put everything back, keep it all together, you know, stop you from losing it. Throw this in the back seat, in your toolbox, in your garage, whatever the case may be. It's just nice to see something like that, you know, gives you a good place to put it and keep everything in order. But other than that, you know, at the end of the day, if it were me, if I had one of these trucks and I was looking for a gooseneck drop-in ball kit like this, the B&W would hands down be the one I would go with. I just think it's the nicest, you know, the best quality in terms of how it's built and things like that. That's not to take away from the Reese or the Kurt. They're both pretty decent kits. They're going to work and pull your trailer down the road safely, but if you're looking for kind of that next level, definitely can't go wrong with a B&W. And that'll finish up our look at and our installation of the B&W Gooseneck Ball Kit for trucks with the OEM prep package on our 2022 Ford F-250.